You see the nothingness that's here? Well, that's been me the last, well, mostly the entirety of 2025. And I am deeply sorry about that. In this video, I want to explain why that has happened. Big life update, and also a little bit later on, I want to, especially for the subscribers, wondering why you've subscribed to this person that hasn't even posted any content in 2025, other than a few days ago, or maybe it's a week ago by the time I film it. Oh, sorry, I post this. What's happening to the YouTube channel, what I plan, what's going on. I'll update you a little bit later. But for right now, I want to tell you the big life update and why I haven't posted. Well, around this time that I'm filming, but last year in 2024, August, I met someone by the name of Pranita. We started going out around August last year, and by November we were engaged. And then at late November we let's just get married. And to be honest, we were actually pushing to get married maybe the end of December, but I mean that was pretty crazy. So we went for slightly less crazy, and we got married in January instead. But yes, as you can imagine, between November-ish, when I stopped posting videos, and January when I got married, it was very, very hectic. There was a lot going on. Like, we had to organize a wedding and caterers and venues and honeymoons and all this stuff. And that can be really difficult. Over Christmas time, trying to nail this stuff down was difficult, and a lot of people going on holidays and all that kind of stuff. So trying to do Christmas and wedding and all that within such a short period of time, and my now wife's parents didn't even live in this country. My wife's sister lived in a totally different country again, and trying to get all this to come together, yeah, it somehow worked, and everything went to plan in January and we got married. Also, like, in amongst getting ready to be married, I had to move house. I had a 3-bedroom house with a 4-car garage and a 4-car carport, and I had like 4 different cars, and I'm moving into this house that definitely will not fit that amount of cars, and I had to do up with the cars, and then I need to sell the cars, and I was like, it was so busy, like, in this time. And in fact, like, I didn't manage to sell all the cars in that time. And then we had, I think it was about a week, and then into February, and then in February we went for a little while to New Zealand. We got into like a little camper minivan thing, and we were just driving all over. We were doing all the cool stuff there. We were doing island cruises and weather tours and doing all the Lord of the Rings stuff, which was a lot of fun. I really had a lot of fun in New Zealand. I caught up with some of my friends over there that I haven't seen for many years. I had a really good time. But yeah, I was there for, was it 2.5 weeks? I can't remember. And then I came back. I was here for a few weeks. Then I went to Sydney, Australia for half a week. Then I flew back to Melbourne, Australia, where I live. And then I was back in Melbourne for, I think, not even a week. I've never really explored Sydney a lot, even though I do live in Australia. It was actually quite enjoyable. But then I came back, and I was back for, I think, not even a week. I flew to Dublin, Ireland, and I went to Europe, and I was in Ireland for a little while. And then I went from Ireland to Scotland, Scotland to London. I was in London for a few weeks. Well, I met up with my wife in London. I was doing Ireland and Scotland all by myself. And then in London we met up, and we were in London for a few weeks. After London we flew to Portugal. We were in Portugal for about a week, I think. Then from Portugal we went to Spain. In Spain for about a week. Then from Spain to Monaco. Flew to Nice. And then from Nice we went to Monaco. Then from Monaco to Italy. I had some pizza there. Lots of pasta and all the stuff you do in Italy. The Colosseum, Vatican City, all the stuff. Went to Florence and Pisa, and I wanted to do Ferrari and Lamborghini there. Went to the Ferrari Museum in Maranello, and I booked a Lamborghini factory tour and museum thing over there in Bologna. The museum for Lamborghini was okay. Not as good as some of the other museums that I've seen, car museums I've seen, but the factory tour was really good. Unfortunately, I couldn't get any videos or photos of that. They didn't allow cameras in there. They didn't allow phones in there for obvious reasons. So I don't have any footage of that. But it was really good, and I think if you're in that area, definitely go on a factory tour with Lamborghini. I really enjoyed that. We went to Milan. Then from Milan we flew to Paris. My wife was there for a few days, and then she had to fly back to London, and she was getting a flight back from London back to Australia. And I stayed in Paris for a little bit longer. And then after being in Paris for a little bit, I then flew to Berlin, Germany, and I spent some time in Germany. I really liked Germany. I had my own car in Germany. I rented a Mini Countryman, which I love Minis. Porsches and Minis seem to be my thing, and Fords a little bit, but it depends what Ford. And the Autobahns. The Autobahns are amazing over in Germany, especially when there's no speed limits. But I loved actually going to some of the museums and concentration camps and all this kind of stuff over in Germany, and seeing a lot of history there, which I've never done before. Then I started to go to a lot of car museums because I'm a bit of a car guy. I of course went to, there was this Volkswagen kind of museum in Frankfurt. Volkswagen Group, so it had Porsches and Lamborghinis and all this kind of stuff there. And then of course I went to Porsche. I went to the Porsche Museum. I unfortunately couldn't get a factory tour. I really wanted a Porsche factory tour, but I couldn't. It was literally booked out for half a year. I will have to go back. I am going to do a Porsche factory tour. Porsche Museum was good. I also went to Mercedes. Mercedes was pretty good. Not as good as Porsche, but still good. And then I drove over to BMW as well. BMW was pretty good. They got the two little buildings there, some with all the kind of new cars, and just from the BMW group, like the Minis and Rolls Royces and all that. That was kind of cool. And then you walk over and you do all the more museum and the older stuff. All those kind of Germany car museums were pretty good, in my opinion. Some of them were not just about cars. They did talk about some of the Germany history, some of the world wars and all that. Not just learning about cars. Then I came back to Melbourne. Big flight. I flew Etihad Airways, and so I was traveling to and from Abu Dhabi, which I really liked Abu Dhabi actually. I stayed there for a little bit. Not long enough. I do want to go back and actually go to Abu Dhabi for an actual holiday one time, and maybe Dubai and stuff as well. This year has been one of the best years of my life, I think. I really enjoyed the whole process of meeting my now wife, and the honeymoon, and the subsequent like Sydney and Europe, and also have another little surprise due right about now, and maybe it's already happened by the time you've watched this video, and I have a daughter on the way. Follow me over on Instagram, and I'll probably pop up a story when that happens. Saying that, on Instagram, I'm doing a lot of photography stuff over there. I'm trying to get better at photography. I'm trying to practice photography. I've been going to some photography events, just forcing myself to really get better at photography. You can check out my journey over on Instagram, storm.jason. But yeah, lots of fun times. That's why I've been gone for this it was hectic from last year to the start of this year, and then I've been away. Then I've had to organize baby stuff as well, and cots and prams and heaps of stuff. Rearrange house stuff when I've barely even moved in. I don't know if you can see how messy this room is. I've only just moved into this house. I haven't even set this up properly, and now we're setting up for a baby. Getting back to what I was saying before, and about this channel, where it's headed, all that stuff. This channel will probably be remaining VR and sim racing related, ideally combining the two a bit as much as I can, although it might slightly sway to the VR a little bit. But I'm continuing on this journey of VR and sim racing here on this channel. Because I'm really into photography right now, I do want to make some photography videos and stuff, and I do want to share that with YouTube and you guys. I mean, maybe you're not interested, but like YouTube in general, people into photography, I just want to make some videos on that stuff. So I'm not going to do that on this channel. I do have another Jason Storm Mark II channel, and I'm probably going to use that a lot more now. I'm going to probably put more of this type of video, the life kind of videos, over on the Mark II channel, and also all the behind the scenes stuff of the photography and videography and all that stuff is going to be on the Mark II channel. I'll leave that linked if you're interested in that. If you're not, don't worry about it. I already have some weird and random videos over on the Mark II channel, and I'm just going to keep them there, and it's just going to build up. But Mark II is just going to be a behind the scenes kind of thing, photography, videography. So yeah, now you know why I've been away, and where the channel's headed. Thank you all for sticking with me. I do really appreciate you. I do love YouTube. I do love making videos, and I'm not going anywhere. I've just had a very, very busy schedule, and I'm still going to continue with this very busy schedule with a baby. And it's just the way it is. But heaps of people make content while having a baby. It's hard, but I'm just going to have to do it. And I just want to get better at this craft all at the same time. So thanks for watching this video, everybody. Hit that like button if you liked it, subscribe for more videos, and I will see you in the next video.